I was very interested in what it really meant for men to carry arms and to kill other men, and how attracted I was exactly to that process. That's getting closer to the truth. The real truth is that I wanted to kill or be killed. No, I don't want to give the idea, as I've been giving in the past 10 or 15 minutes, that I'm completely obsessed with the idea of danger. But I suppose I am. So it's just as well that I gave the idea away. I was in Havana in 1961 during the Bay of Pigs invasion, fighting on both sides. And I wrote this poem called "The Only Tourist in Havana Turns His Thoughts Homeward." Come, my brothers, let us govern Canada. Let us find our serious heads. Let us dump asbestos on the White House. Let us make the French talk English, not only here but everywhere. Let us torture the Senate individually until they confess. Let us purge the new party. Let us encourage the dark races so they'll be lenient when they take over. Let us make the CBC talk English. Let us all lean in one direction and float down to the coast of Florida. Let us have 2 governor generals at the same time. Let us have another official language. Let us determine what it will be. Let us give a Canada Council Fellowship to the most original suggestion. Let us teach sex in the home to parents. Let us threaten to join the USA and pull out at the last moment. My brothers, come. Our serious heads are waiting for us somewhere, like Gladstone bags abandoned after a coup d'etat. Let us put them on very quickly. Let us maintain a stony silence on the St. Lawrence Seaway. I would like to remind the management that the drinks are watered, and the hat check girl has syphilis, and the band is composed of former SS monsters. However, since it is New Year's Eve and I have lip cancer, I will place my paper hat on my concussion and dance.
At the completion of the shooting of this film, Cohen was invited to a screening room to take a look at himself.
It's a very privileged thing to be able to see yourself sleeping. I think it's an experience very few people have.
That's right.
But of course, the fraud is that I'm not really sleeping.
Very privileged thing to yourself pretending to sleep.
Yes, I think that's even more. That's a privilege of a higher and more esoteric order. Because there are some people who are very, very interested to know how they look when they're pretending. I was always good with my hands. This is a situation which, for whatever the reason, a man has allowed a number of strangers into his bathroom. Now, it's true we're making a film about my life, and the film purports to examine my life closely, and the bath is part of my life. But still, regardless of the reason, here, 1964, a man has invited a group of strangers to observe him cleaning his body.
But you must find this interesting.
I find it very interesting. I find it sinister. And of course I find it flattering. Because there's a point where every man shares the Aga Khan's delight at selling his bathwater
What did we mean
to
by
the
that?
Faithful.
What did you mean by that inscription?
Caveat,
A message to the audience?
yes, caveat emptor, let the buyer beware. I think that I had to, for a moment, act as a double agent for both the filmmakers and the public. I had to warn the public that it's like that little beep that goes through certain recorded phone messages that you hear on the radio. I thought I would make this little beep and let the man watching me know that this is not entirely devoid of the con.
C-O-N.
Right. I look much more like a man than I thought. In fact, I think I've had a very mistaken conception about what style of man I was. I think the whole thing is changing now.
I mean, just looking at this movie?
Yeah. I think I'm of a different style than I thought I was.
This may affect your whole life.
Well, I hope it affects my whole life.
And so it is time to go. Back to Greece and the girl and the sun. And always back to the work. For as Leonard Cohen says, there are dreams of glory whispering through the wires of his spine.